it's all because of you guys that we have what we have.
We'll hear from the troops overseas as they watch their hometown team.
Sergeant Stuart Edson, currently deployed to Camp Leatherneck, Afghanistan, from Adrian, Missouri.
I'm from Prairie Village, Kansas, and I just want to show support to the Kansas City Royals.
I wanted to give a shout out to my son Dominic. I love you and I miss you, and I cannot wait to get back home and see you.
Hundreds of family members will look on as they see their loved ones for the first time since deployment.
I'm just as excited to see their faces and see that they're doing well.
Because tonight's game on Fox Sports Kansas City, for all that you do,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thoughts and prayers go out to you guys, and just wanted to say thank you.
This one is for you.
We're the 548 Transportation Company from Trenton, Missouri. I'm Staff Sergeant duty. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Lane. First Class Brooke. Hi, Mom.
Sergeant Haynes. Hi, Trinity. Hi, Ruby.
Sergeant Rocco. Hi, Ruby. Staff Sergeant Rocco. Hi, Lindsay. Taylor. Chloe. Jackson. Staff Sergeant Doug Christmas. The whole family. Go Royals!
While the 548th Transportation Company is in Afghanistan, many of their families are here from Trenton, Missouri, as the Royals celebrate Armed Forces Day before and throughout their game tonight. And as the Royals prepare for the Tigers and one of the best pitchers in the game, they are also mindful of the meaning of Armed Forces Day.
Hi, I'm Ned Yost, manager of the Kansas City Royals. This is sure a great opportunity to be able to bring this ball game to you guys tonight. We just wanted to just take a second to thank you for everything that you do. We think about you guys every night, and we're really appreciative of the work that you do. We can't thank you enough. So enjoy tonight's game.
It's a grim reminder of how perilous their work is and the extreme sacrifice that the troops, their family, and friends all make in protecting our country and the world. Here's Royals public address announcer Mike McCartney.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join the Kansas City Royals in a moment of silence to honor those 31 U.S. Special Operation troops who were tragically killed in an incident just this morning in eastern Afghanistan, and for all those who have given their lives in service to our nation. Thank you. At this time, we request that you please remove your hats and place your right hand over your heart, or render a salute if you're a veteran of the United States military, as we pay respect to our flag and country and honor America with a performance of our national anthem by Gunnery Sergeant Jason Knuckles from the United States Marine Corps.
548, this is second platoon. Sergeant Schmidt. I'd like to say hi to my wife Janice, my daughter Lauren, my son Ashton, my other daughter Lauren. I love you and I miss you.
KFC McCarty. I'd like to say hi to my family. Love you all. Miss you. Hopefully see you soon.
This is Alexis Van Ingersoll. Say hi to my wife Pam, daughter Bridget, son's Grace. Love and miss you guys.
Sergeant Clark. I'd like to say hello to my beautiful wife Kiana, my son Jacob, my daughter Jordan. I love you and miss you.
Ted Rodriguez. I'd like to say hi to my family back up there. Love you guys. I'll see you guys soon.
Sergeant McGregory. I'd like to say hi to my fiance Becky, my son Dennis, Dante, mother-in-law Dorsey, and my mom. I love you and miss you.
Sergeant Poland. I'd like to say hi to my wife Lisa, my daughter Jamie, Deanna. That's my favorite, Becky Johnson.
This is Hochi. I'd like to say hi to my wife Vera, daughters Vinny, Chrissy, Twy, my sons Conrad and Keyshawn. Love you guys.
Well, it's a long way from Kansas City, Missouri to Kandahar, Afghanistan. But we hope, by way of satellite, that those of you watching live tonight in Kandahar will feel a little bit closer to home. So this one's for you, the Royals and the Detroit Tigers at Kauffman Stadium. And a special thanks to the Royals and Fox Sports Kansas City for doing all the hard work so that we could enjoy Armed Forces Day, not only here in Kansas City, but with the troops in Kandahar and their families from Trenton, Missouri. And many of them are here today. They were out tailgating in the parking lot before the game and now ready for the game. And we are underway, and strike one from Danny Duffy to Austin Jackson. Trenton, Missouri, about an hour and a half north of Kansas City. And that is the home of the Missouri National Guard, and specifically the 548th Transportation Company. Danny Duffy to Austin Jackson. Royals trying to even up this series. The Tigers taking game one last night 4-3, winning in 10 innings. A very exciting game with the Tigers building a 3-0 lead at the end of 5, and the Royals with young players rallying to tie the game in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Moustakas, a rookie. Johnny Giavotella making his major league debut. Those two driving in runs. Eric Hosmer had a single and a run scored, and there was a special buzz here at the ballpark last night. Unfortunately, the Royals ended up losing 4-3 in 10 innings.
Anytime you get that kind of energy, Giavotella brought that energy in last night, Ryan. Didn't waste any time getting involved in the game in all aspects of the game. And one of my favorite things he did last night was do that big Pete Rose belly flop into third base. Yeah, it looks a little cloudy through the camera lens out in center field after that big cannon blast that just went off. Every time it goes off, they feel like your heart just kind of stops. So all the smoke is still settling around out there.
All throughout the game tonight during our broadcast, we're going to be hearing from some of the members of the 548th Transportation Company in Kandahar, Afghanistan. There they are watching live. And of course, there's a bit of a delay, so we see them right away. They don't see us right away. Backhanded by Moustakas. And tonight, Austin Jackson is out to open the game.
This is Specialist Drew Hipner of Chillicothe, Missouri, introducing your starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals, Danny Duffy, who looks just like me.
To extend a thank you to all the troops overseas, and just thank you for everything you do over there and letting us have the ability to play this game.
Well, all right, there is some resemblance.
Whatever you want to be today, it's okay. Not far off.
No. Well, Danny has his hands full tonight going up against the first place Tigers. And of course, pitching for Detroit is Justin Verlander, who's 15-5 and 2-0 against the Royals this year. Well, the rest of the 548th company getting a chuckle out of the comparison with Danny Duffy. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brendan Bosch. Last night the Tigers came out swinging and hit back-to-back triples to open the game. And both Austin Jackson and Brendan Bosch, who tripled, came around to score. And 9 pitches into it, the Tigers had a 2-0 lead. 2-2 on Bosch. And Brendan Bosch drove in the winning run in the top of the 10th inning against Aaron Crow. Still 2-2. Danny Duffy is coming off a surprise start, and I say surprise because he didn't realize he was going to pitch until the night before. The Royals found out that Kyle Davies was still having problems with his right shoulder, so very little preparation time, but Danny ended up with the win, going 5 innings, giving up just 2 runs at Cleveland. The Royals won that game 5-3 and took 2 out of 3 in the series. And now 3 balls, 2 strikes. In addition to hearing from the 548th Transportation Company in Afghanistan, we'll also be hearing from some of their families who have made the trip from Trenton, Missouri down to Kauffman Stadium tonight. Back our way and just below.
This is for DJ McCarty. I love and miss you, son. I hope you have a safe trip. We'll see you when you get home.
Love you.
Say I love you, Doug. Well, DJ.
I love you, DJ. Love you, PVC McCarty.
And Bosch will walk with 1 out. Danny Duffy seems to get a little bit better every time he takes them out. He's had a bump here or there along the way. And the category where he has improved the most is walks. He has made 13 starts for the Royals. And in his first 6, he was walking about 6 per 9 innings. But now in his last 7, just under 3 per 9 innings.
Well, you can really see where Danny's really trying to become a pitcher. He's starting to be able to command his curveball a little bit better with different speeds. First pitch getting me over. Not afraid to throw his fastball on both sides of the plate. So just keeping a good mix of pitches is going to definitely help him get through this.
2-0 against Maglio Ordonez. Ordonez 1 for 3. He had the sac fly RBI in the Tigers' 2-run first inning last night. Ordonez went around, 2 balls and 1 strike. It's the second time the Tigers have seen Danny Duffy, second time in a month. And Danny taking a loss back on July the 7th, and he had trouble early in the game. He threw 45 pitches in the first 2 innings, gave up a home run to Ryan Rayburn, but then finished with 4 scoreless innings. Biggest problem for Danny Duffy against the Tigers that game was 23 foul balls.
Yeah, he's going to get those. I mean, with the life on his fastball and the ability to throw that curveball, you're right, Ryan. It does take you about an inning away from you every night.
And now back-to-back walks.
This is for Sergeant Michaels from Jefferson City, Missouri. We want to tell him that we love him very much and miss him, and that we hope he stays safe and has as good of a time as he can.
Some moving words from Royals manager Ned Yost at the top of our broadcast, sharing his appreciation for our military. Something to look forward to tonight. If the Royals hit a home run, there is a big howitzer out in right center field, and we've heard a few cannon blasts already today as they're setting those up for Royals home runs. And they might hear it over in Kandahar. I mean, it just shakes the stadium.
Well, they don't yell fire in the hole. It just goes. I mean, it just stops you in your tracks. It's a powerful sound.
2 on for Miguel Cabrera. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out of 5 with an infield single, and Cabrera, who normally wears a hole into the Royals, batting just .216 against KC this year. But in his career against the Royals, in 65 games, he has 80 hits. And if Danny Duffy is looking for a way to get out of this inning, you have to be careful with Cabrera, but he has grounded into 18 double plays.
Well, Danny really tied him up with that fastball, and he really hasn't looked the same in this series as he has in the past, even though his numbers are good overall. But that was an excellent pitch by Danny Duffy, tying him up inside with that fastball.
Hits that into right center field, and it will fall. Francoeur cuts it off deep. Only 1 run will score, and Cabrera goes sliding into second base with a double. So Cabrera comes up with an RBI down to the count 1-2. Unfortunate for the Royals, but in some ways, Frank, good fortune because there was no speed on the bases. They only get 1 run.
You're right, Ryan. That's mislocation right there. This pitch is supposed to be away. He left it out over the middle of the plate, and Cabrera got a good swing on it and pushed the ball out in right center field. And you see Bosch come in and score easily. That's the one thing about Danny that Yo said it might take 15 starts before you really find out where Danny Duffy is. Tonight's his 14th start. So it's all about being able to command your pitches, both sides of the plate, hit the catcher's mitt, and mix the other pitches in. So it's still hit and miss with him right now because he's still learning how to pitch. But then hopefully by the end of the season, going into next spring, he'll have it all figured out.
It's a 25-pitch inning so far. Danny slams the Rosenbag down behind the plate. So he's frustrated with getting ahead of Miguel Cabrera and letting him get away.
They made a real good pitch inside and tied him up, and Pena wanted him to go to the outside, and he left it over the middle of the plate. And good hitters hit pitchers' mistakes, and that's what that was.
So 2 runners in scoring position now. And Victor Martinez at the plate. 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts last night, so he's hitting just .189 against the Royals. And he swings at the first pitch and hits it into center field. And again, the Tigers basically going station to station. So Victor Martinez, who is best in the American League with runners in scoring position, adds to his numbers. And that's his first hit of the series.
Again, we're looking at fastball right down the middle, and Martinez hits it back through the middle, and it's just all about up in the zone and location right now for Danny Duffy. And you see Ordonez scores on a base hit to center field.
Victor Martinez and Miguel Cabrera both among the league leaders with runners in scoring position. And it's fouled away by Johnny Peralta. He was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts last night. Batting at .312 overall. The Tigers have the 6th, 7th, and 8th best hitters in the league as far as batting average goes. Martinez, Cabrera, and Peralta. That breaking ball stayed up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Duffy ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and his next pitch will be his 30th of the inning. In his first 13 starts, Danny Duffy has allowed 3 earned runs or less in 10 of those 13. He has given up 2 runs with just 1 out in the first inning tonight, and it's fouled away again by Peralta. Another foul ball. And we're just telling you about Danny Duffy, and there's really no way to control this. That is something that really would appear to be out of the control of the pitcher. How many foul balls are hit? I mean, you're throwing strikes, and a good enough pitch for the hitter to swing, but too good at times for the hitter to put the ball in play. And the way the game monitors each and every pitch, foul balls are another pitch added to the pitch count. You think about 23 foul balls. I mean, that's 2 good innings of pitches.
You're right, and he just throws that borderline fastball. He's got a lot of hop on it, and as you see, probably the best curveball he's thrown in this inning. Got a lot of depth to it, but that's how you get foul balls. Have a lot of life on your fastball for the most part. I see his curveball goes down underneath the swing of Peralta, and that's where he wants to be. That's the first one he's gotten down in that area. So he's finding it. It just takes him a while to get there.
So first and third, 2 down, and now Carlos Guillen. Sound like he cracked his bat, and he fouls the 34th pitch of the inning away. 92 degrees at first pitch tonight. It is about 3:30 in the morning in Kandahar, so the men and women had to get up early this morning to watch the game. And if they're not aware, we will pass along the forecast to them. It's going to be 108 today. And they don't even want to hear that. They're just going to look away from the television. No balls, 2 strikes on Carlos Guillen. He's 0 for his last 11. That's exactly where Brian Pena wanted it. And it's 1-2. Of course, if the 548th isn't aware, if they haven't been keeping track of Kansas City weather, it was 107 degrees during the Royals-Orioles series, which started on Tuesday. Guillen strikes out. Duffy strikes out 2 in the inning, but the Tigers strike for 2 runs. Families of the 548th Transportation Company are at Kauffman Stadium on a 92-degree evening with the Royals and the Detroit Tigers. And back in Kandahar, Afghanistan, the 548th will be presenting the Royals lineup tonight.
This is specialist Drew Hibner of Chillicothe, Missouri. Starting at left field for the Royals is Alex Gordon. I want to shout out to my family and friends that are at the game. I love you guys, I miss you guys, and I'll see you soon.
And if you weren't with us in the top of the first inning, Drew was saying that Danny Duffy looks like him. And we certainly can't argue that. So here's Alex. There's the comparison. And you really have to get both of them in the same room. I mean, Drew could put on his Royals uniform and his number 23 jersey.
They told me that.
There we go. Royals going up against Justin Verlander. And Alex jumps on the first pitch. Deep center field. Jackson at the wall and makes an amazing catch. Last night, Frank, he swung at the first pitch and hit a triple. And now the first pitch hit by Alex Gordon, and he brings back a home run.
Just a very athletic move by Austin Jackson, getting back there, getting as high as he can get, and that glove just gets over the wall. And I say, what a great catch by Austin Jackson.
So the Royals nearly taking getting their first run on the board with one swing against Justin Verlander, down 2-0 in the bottom of the first. 1 ball and 1 strike to Melky Cabrera.
I mean, you just think that once that wrist hit the wall, it might pop that ball out of there, but he was able to hold on to it. Alex squared that fastball up very well.
This is Sergeant Anthony Hengler of Ravenwood, Missouri. Starting at center field for the Royals is Melky Cabrera. And I got shot out from my fiance, Holly Luke. And rest of the family, love you. See you guys.
And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Melky Cabrera. 1 for 4 last night. And 3-2 against Justin Verlander, who's coming off another near no-hitter. He beat the Angels on Sunday 3-2. He didn't give up a hit until 2 outs in the 8th inning. Gave up 2 unearned runs, winning his 15th game of the year. And high heat, 95 miles an hour. And he strikes out Melky Cabrera.
Hi, this is Staff Sergeant Michael Thomas of St. Joseph, Missouri. Starting at DH for the Royals, Billy Butler. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Megan, Dylan, Emily, my beautiful kids, and all my family and friends back in Missouri. I love you and miss you.
All right, thank you, Michael. And introducing a hitter with an 11-game hitting streak, and Billy extending that last night, going 1 for 4 with a run scored. And it was Billy who started the 3-run rally in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Royals tying the game, and the Tigers winning it in 10. Billy down, no balls, 2 strikes. Now Verlander in his career has given the Royals a hard time, but he's had difficulty with Billy Butler. Billy hits .389 against Verlander, and that's not a thin slice. That's 36 at-bats, including a couple of home runs, and Verlander, a big strikeout pitcher, has only struck out Billy twice. He has him down 0-2, and he just missed outside with a slider. Justin Verlander, 2nd in the league in wins, 3rd in ERA, 1st in innings pitched, 1st in strikeouts, 1st in opponent's batting average, and he has the 4th best walks to innings pitched ratio. So there you have it.
He just got a great complement of pitchers that they can throw over the plate at any time. And when Justin Verlander goes to the mound, we throw the quality start out of the window. He's a finisher. When he goes out there to finish games and pitch right through the quality start. And that ability to throw all of his pitches over at any time is pretty important.
So the Royals down in order, and they are scoreless in the first thanks to this great play by Austin Jackson.
want to say thank you for supporting us. Enjoy the game.
I'm Sergeant Albert. I'd like to say hi to my wife and family.
Sergeant Brother, I'd like to say hi to my wife and kids in the stands.
Sergeant Vandergriff, I'd like to say hi to my family, my fiance Caitlin, and my friends Zach and Josh.
Mr. Drew, I'd like to say hi to my wife and kids in the stands. Be home soon.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Rydell. I'd like to say hi to my family, my fiance Cammy, and my baby daughter Brooklyn.
Hi, I'm Captain Adams. I'd like to say hi to my wife, kids out in the stands, and my mom and dad.
Go Royals! All righty. Fouled away by Ryan Rayburn. No balls, 2 strikes. And the top of the second inning, the Tigers getting 2 in the first against Danny Duffy and making him throw 37 pitches. And we're hooked up tonight by way of satellite with the 548 Transportation Company of the Missouri National Guard, which is out of Trenton, Missouri. And they're watching tonight in Kandahar and western Afghanistan. Also want to say hello to all the other U.S. troops around the world watching the game on the American Forces Network. Today is Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium, and there are some of the families of the 548th. Armed Forces Day presented by the National World War I Museum. Got a nice flyover before the game started during the national anthem with some T-38s, 3 of them from Whiteman Air Force Base, honoring our servicemen and women. Two balls and 2 strikes on Rayburn. You can send a message to our troops, and we'll be showing your messages on the screen tonight during the game by texting at 432-432. Enter keyword Royals. So send your messages to our troops. Trying to help them feel a little bit closer to home tonight. Rayburn into deep right center field. No chance for Melky, and it's off the padding. And Rayburn, who homered against Duffy on July the 7th, has a leadoff double here in the second inning. Let's hear from Missouri Governor Jay Nixon.
I'm Governor Jay Nixon. On behalf of the people of Missouri, I want to say thank you to all the citizen soldiers and airmen of the Missouri National Guard serving our country in Afghanistan. I'm delighted you're able to cheer on our Royals tonight. I also want you and your families to know we are proud of our Missouri National Guardsmen protecting us and our freedoms. I hope you're enjoying the game, and I look forward to your safe return home to join us for the 2012 All-Star Game right here in Kansas City. And let's go Royals.
All right, thank you, Governor. So Danny Duffy giving up a leadoff double and now pitching to Alex Avila, who had an impressive home run to center field last night. Over all 3 walls in straightaway center field, his 13th of the year, and his 3rd home run in his last 4 games.
I talked to him about it. He said that's the hardest ball he's hit and the furthest ball he's hit, in his career. And his power is the center field, left center field. And he said when the ball slows down, then he's able to pull the balls at 90, 92 miles an hour.
And he flies out to Alex Gordon and does not advance Rayburn from second base.
This is for Specialist Adam McClain. I'm his wife, Sarah, and his daughter, Cosette. I just wanted to say that we love you and we miss you very much. Keep being safe over there, and we hope to see you really soon.
Hi, honey. I just want to say a big hello to Specialist Scott Houston, and we love you and miss you so much.
Hey, Vandiver, it's Emily. I'm your wife. Audrey's in Nana's house. We love you. Come home safe.
You want to say something? Yeah.
Hi, Uncle Scott. I hope you liked the sign. I hope you come home sometime for we can play video games some more.
I don't want to say anything. Just say hi.
Hi.
Of all the many reasons to come home safely, Frank, to come back and play video games with your nephew.
Yeah, they remember those good days of sitting there laying around on the floor.
Fouled away by Austin Jackson, and man, what a catch he made on Alex Gordon in the bottom of the first inning. The first pitch thrown by Justin Verlander, and that would have given the Royals a big lift after the Tigers got 2 in the first inning.
Well, that's being ready to play from the first pitch of the game to be able to make a play like this, and you know that is way up there.
There's his cape. Action Jackson. This time he is down on strike, so he's 0 for 2 against Danny Duffy, and Danny has struck out 3.
Now this is the kind of control we talked about on the curveball, being able to take enough off of it but still have a location with it, and a good pitch right here for a strikeout. We got 2 strikeouts on this curveball.
Danny got Jackson to ground out to begin the game, but then his troubles began with back-to-back walks to Brennan Bosch and Maglia Ordonez, whom both came around to score. Now Bosch hits it to Hosmer, and he'll race to the base. And the Tigers are scoreless in the second against Duffy. It is 2-0 Detroit on Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium. Eric Hosmer, Jeff Francoeur, and Johnny Giavitella coming up against Justin Verlander.
This is Specialist Anderson from St. Joseph, Missouri. Starting at first base today, Eric Hosmer. To my girlfriend Erin and my kids, I love you guys. I miss you, and I'll see you soon.
1 ball, 1 strike to Eric Hosmer, 1 for 4 with a run scored in the middle of the Royals' 3-run rally in the 7th to tie the game, and that foul ball came up and hit home plate umpire Alan Porter on the mask.
That's really something you don't see very often, a foul ball going backwards.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Justin Verlander striking out 2 in the bottom of the first. And getting a great defensive play in center field from Austin Jackson, who took a home run away from Alex Gordon. That was on Verlander's first pitch of the inning. And 3 balls, 2 strikes. Justin Verlander 2-0 against the Royals this year. And if you count the first inning tonight, he's given up 1 earned run in 16 2/3 innings. Pretty good swing by Hosmer, still 3-2. And the Royals can use all the encouragement they can get against Justin Verlander. 12-2 against the Royals in his career. Took the Royals 10 tries to beat him for the first time.
You know, Ryan, it's always that one pitcher that, going into the game is going to be really, really tough to beat. And Roger Clemens was like that for the Royals. I mean, he's just one of those guys that if you can get a couple runs early, you always felt better. But the deeper you got in the game, it was going to be tough. So he had our number for quite a while.
Hosmer comes back from 1-2 and reaches with a walk.
This is Sergeant Roosevelt Hampton of Kansas City, Missouri. Starting at right field, Jeff Francoeur. I want to give shouts out to my beautiful wife, my mom, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and the rest of the family that's there. If I'm forgetting somebody, I love you. And to give a shout out to Jeff Gardner's family. He's the greatest.
Well, now we know who the character of the 548th is. And leave it to the guy from Kansas City, Missouri.
Having fun.
Attaway, Roosevelt. I'm sure we're adding to the experience broadcasting the game back to Kandahar, but with a guy like Roosevelt around every day, I'm sure it's entertaining as it is.
That kind of reminds me of my old roomie, John Mayberry. He kept it.
A very bashful Roosevelt at that. One ball, 1 strike on Jeff Francoeur. Francoeur 1 out of 4 last night. He's done all right against Justin Verlander, 3 out of 10. That was only the 37th walk allowed by Verlander this year, and we're talking about 182 innings, the most innings pitched in the American League. He threw a no-hitter on May the 7th at Toronto and was 1 walk away from a perfect game. He walked J.P. Arancibia, a rookie, in the 8th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Francoeur. His very next start was against the Royals, and that was at Comerica Park in Detroit, and he did not allow a hit to the Royals until 2 outs in the 6th inning.
What makes him really tough is that you just really can't sit on a pitch. And if one pitch is not working, he's got 3 more he can throw over the plate. So you really can't sit on that fastball because he can throw the all-speed pitch and fastball counts.
That's his 3rd strikeout. Got Francoeur with a fastball at 95. 1 away.
Hey, this is Sergeant Donnie Sprague from Osborne, Missouri. I'd like to introduce for second base for the Royals, Johnny Giavitelli. And I'd like to give a shout out to my family at the game. I love you guys.
All right, Johnny announcing Johnny. And what a big league debut for Johnny Giavitelli. The only thing missing was a win, but 2 hits, including a double. He reached with a walk, he drove in a run, he scored a run, and he stole a base, and he was perfect on defense.
I had a real good game plan going in the game. He knew he was facing a guy with a sinker, and he said, I just wanted to stay back through the middle of the right field. He didn't want to pull the ball because that was automatic ground ball. And so the game plan was good. And I said, well, how excited were you? He says, I was really excited, but you should have seen my folks.
And he had quite a cheering section last night. Mom, dad, aunts, uncles, his grandmother was here. And in his first at-bat against Justin Verlander, he singles to center field.
And we talked about his nice short stroke, and it's right back through the middle. Tried to hit the ball, drive the ball back through the middle of the right field. Nice quick to the ball, right? Didn't overswing. Nice line drive back through the middle.
So a big ovation here at Kauffman Stadium and a big ovation in Kandahar, Afghanistan. 2 on with 1 out. A walk to Hosmer, a single from Giavitella.
This is specialist David Carnahan of Maryville, Missouri. Starting at catcher for the Royals, Brian Pena. Shout out to my family, the Carnahan family. I love you guys. I love you, Jordan, my son, and stay strong.
Thank you, David. Runners were getting ready to take off, but Verlander smelled it out, and he throws out Eric Hosmer. The last time the Royals and Tigers hooked up in a series was right before the All-Star break, and remember, in the 9th inning of the final game of that series, Eric Hosmer was thrown out trying to steal third.
And Justin Verlander used the inside move, and that's the perfect move to catch a guy running from second base, and Eric kind of left himself out to dry right there.
So a good feel for Verlander, realizing that Hosmer might be going, but he almost threw it away. Ryan Rayburn, the third baseman, saved that play. Ryan Pena lines it to short, and that's the inning.
And his whole family just wants to say we love you and we miss you and come back safe.
Miss you, bye, Bubba.
Miss you, we love you.
Come on, love you. Can't wait to see you.
Hi, Randy. Love you.
Hey, Bubba. Miss you.
Well, we hope that won't be the only Bubba sign at Kauffman Stadium.
It's getting close.
That's a big name around here these days.
What is it, 11:59 on the 15th of August?
9 days from today. Two 2-0 Tigers to the third inning. Maglio Ordonez walked and scored in a 2-run first. Duffy throwing 37 pitches in the first inning, but bounced back in the second. And a 13-pitch inning. Ordonez, Cabrera, and Martinez in the third. 2-1. This is one of those teams, a veteran lineup, guys who have a good feel for the strike zone. They've been playing for a long time, where we get back to your term, Frank, where you have to throw actual strikes.
You got to make it interesting. You got to make it enticing for them to chase it. And when you get guys as strong as the Tigers are, and you pitch it from behind all the time, you're going to eventually have to give them what they want, and they're sitting there waiting on you.
And got it with a fastball away. Not a very good swing by Ordonez. 4 strikeouts for Danny Duffy. Our loyal sponsors of Royals Baseball have graciously donated their sponsorship time tonight, giving us the opportunity to see more of the troops in Afghanistan and their family and friends here at Kauffman Stadium. So we thank you sponsors, one and all. Oh, 0-1 on Miguel Cabrera. Doubled to right center field in the first inning and drove in the first Tigers run. Down 1-2 and got Brendan Bosch to the plate. Victor Martinez drove in the other run. And that's hit well to right field. Francoeur back to the warning track at the chain link and makes a play for a moment, but the ball pops out of his glove. And another double for Cabrera.
That was really a long run, and you get close to the fence right here. You can see the ball go into his glove. He doesn't quite have a good grip on it, and when his shoulder hit the fence, it just popped right out of his glove. He just squeezed it right by the end there, and that pressure of hitting that fence just popped the ball right out of there. Never did get into the webbing of the glove.
And that was the same reaction here in Kansas City. A brief cheer and then realizing the ball had dropped. From cheering to groaning. And we were telling you in the first inning that Victor Martinez has the best average in the American League with runners in scoring position. And right after we told you that, he drove in Manglio Ordonez, and now he has Miguel Cabrera at second with 1 out. Martinez was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts last night, but 1 for 1 with an RBI tonight. Curveball just a little bit inside, 1-1. Tigers beating the Royals in extra innings last night, and the Cleveland Indians were 1 out away from winning in Texas, but the Rangers tied it in the bottom of the 9th, and then Texas ended up winning. The Tigers added a game to their lead in the Central. They are 4 games in front of Cleveland, and after this series wraps up tomorrow afternoon, the Tigers and the Indians will hook up for a 3-game series in Cleveland. Fooled him badly with a curveball, 2-2.
I talked to Bob McClure about Danny Duffy right now. He was saying that his fastball and curveball are really the 2 command pitches right now. The changeup is there, but it's not really as perfected quite as well as he would like to see it. So right now, I think the Tigers just see fastball, curveball, and I think he's to be the pitcher that they really wanted to be. He's got to really develop that changeup.
Comes in with a fastball, and Martinez hits it into right center field. Cabrera reading it right away, going on contact, bobbled by Francoeur, but no further advance. And the Tigers have taken a 3-0 lead in the 3rd inning, and that's the 2nd RBI for Victor Martinez, who comes through again with runners in scoring position.
It's right there, it's right down the middle, fastball, and he just doesn't try to pull it. He goes right with it, right to the right center field, stays inside the ball, and Cabrera is able to score from second base. But you can see if that changeup was where he would like that changeup to be, that would probably be a good spot to use that changeup going down and away from a right-handed hitter.
With a 6 o'clock game, it is. Right field is a treacherous position. Jeff Francoeur is in a tough spot, literally, and the ball is hit to him. He goes from shade to sunlight to shade where he's standing right now. And makes the play to get Johnny Peralta for the second out.
Hey guys, this is Michael Stocks of the Kansas City Royals. I just want to say thank you for everything that you guys have done, keeping us free here back home in America. Thoughts and prayers go out to you guys, and just wanted to say thank you.
Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium. And a curveball in for a strike to Carlos Guillen. He struck out looking in the first inning, and now Guillen is 0 for his last 12. One ball, one strike. In addition to broadcasting to the 548th of the Missouri National Guard in Kandahar, Afghanistan, we're also on the American Forces Network tonight, broadcasting to 175 countries and to ships at sea. And we welcome all of you to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, where the Royals get out of the top of the third inning. But Detroit adds a run and they lead 3-0. And via satellite, joining us in Kandahar, Afghanistan, the 548th, I'll get that right eventually, transportation company. And their families from Trenton, Missouri are here, and Joel Goldberg is with them. Joel.
All right, Ryan, thanks a lot. We're up here with some of the families. Karen Henry's husband, Staff Sergeant Tom Henry, is over in Afghanistan. The kids are holding up signs. Cassidy's sign says, "I miss and love you." And Chris's sign right there says, "I love my dad, Tom Henry." So it's great to see the kids out here. Karen, how about for you the chance to come out here and to know that the guys and gals over in Afghanistan are watching?
It's really, really exciting. We miss them so much. And just to think that they're clear across the world and they're able to see us, hopefully, and maybe we'll catch a glimpse of them. It's really, really fun to connect that way, especially at an All-American baseball game.
Yeah, people all across the world are seeing this, and it's been really neat to to see the troops over there wearing their Royals jerseys and their hats and watching. It's the middle of the morning. It's early morning over there right now. But how special is this for them to be able to get that baseball game late at night?
Well, I think it would be great. I can only imagine, but I'm sure they miss home, and this is a little taste of home, a little something that they're not getting over there very much. So any little taste of home, I'm sure, is a bit of a relief.
Everybody's been talking about the support group, and there's so many of you here that are all going through the same thing, having loved ones overseas, only being able to correspond. People say email, Facebook, occasionally Skype. So to have everybody here together, how special is that?
It's really great. Everybody here is going through the same thing. We've all got loved ones over there. We think about them every day. And so only the people that go through that can really understand it. And so it's great to be surrounded by family and friends.
Well, we want to at least give you the opportunity to send a message. You're here, being seen all over the world. How about a message for your husband?
Come home safe. We love you so much. Cassidy?
Cassidy, anything you want to say to your dad?
I miss you. I love you.
That was an I love you. And Chris is over there. I think he's working on some kind of a snow cone right now, a melted snow cone. So I don't know if we're going to get his attention. He's got the nice kind of blue mustache going right now. How about a message? He's wearing a T-shirt with an American flag. How appropriate. 4-year-old Chris, do you want to say something to your dad who's watching right now?
I love you and miss you. I want to give you a hug.
Unbelievable. Kids are incredible.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. They say it out of their hearts for sure.
Well, kids have a way, guys, of summing it all up, and it's great to be able to visit with Karen Henry, with Cassidy Henry, with Chris Henry, and guys, all these people up here have the same story, and whether it's husbands or wives or mothers or daughters, there's some folks up here whose kids are over right now in Afghanistan, and so it's been a special night for everybody up here, and we hope that everybody's enjoying it over in Afghanistan as well, guys.
All right, thank you, Joel. Well, it certainly puts our jobs into perspective. I mean, we moan and groan about a 10-day or maybe a 12 or 14-day road trip and missing our families being away that long, but being away for months and years. I know my father-in-law, Jim Height, was a member of the United States Marines. He didn't meet my brother-in-law, his son, until he was 8 months old. And Bob Davis was just sharing with me before the game that his father didn't see him for the first time until Bob was 19 months old. Oh, that's a road trip.
That's a road trip. That's a strong mom.
One and one to Alex Gordon, who jumped all over Justin Verlander's first pitch in the bottom of the first inning. And everybody figured that Alex hit a home run, everybody except for Austin Jackson, who went up against the wall, glove over the wall, and brought it back. You talk about guys who have good speed and a good feel for the outfield, but in my mind, I was watching Jackson, and as I'm replaying it in my mind, it seemed like as soon as the ball was hit, he was thinking about timing a leap at the wall, and he timed it perfectly.
Well, when it's really high like that, center fielders have a chance to get under. So if you can get to that warning track and get yourself set to jump right at the wall before the ball gets there, it gives you the best opportunity that the ball is real high and it's coming straight down. So if it's a line drive, it'd be a difficult play. But he had a chance to get back, see where he was on the wall, and then go up for the ball as it's coming down.
Alex's bat shatters everywhere. Guillen throws him out. And the Royals are out on 3 ground balls in the third inning.
Samantha Bloss. We love you and we miss you. Here's your little boy.
548th Transportation Company's families. Many coming down from Trenton, Missouri to watch the Royals and the Tigers, and we're linked up with the 548th in Kandahar, Afghanistan, as they enjoy the Royals and the Tigers, getting up very early in the morning. First pitch here, 6:10 p.m. First pitch there, 3:30 a.m. Ryan Rayburn leads off. Rayburn homered against Danny Duffy when Danny faced the Tigers on July 7th, and tonight he doubled leading off the second, but Tigers couldn't get him home. Detroit got 2 in the first with Cabrera and Martinez driving in the runs, and then added their third run in the third, and it was Martinez again picking up an RBI. Popped up to the right side. One away in the fourth inning. Danny Duffy, in order to pitch deep into the game tonight, is going to have to become very efficient very quickly. He used up 37 pitches in the first. He is already at 72.
Yeah, just got to record some quick outs. Try to get through the next couple of innings.
Ball one to Alex Avila. He flied out to left field in the second inning. One and one. Royals in their last 5 series have won 4 and they've split 1. So they haven't had a losing series since losing 3 out of 4 to Minnesota right after the All-Star break. Tigers took game 1 last night 4-3 in 10 innings. Curveball a little bit inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. For the Tigers, last night's game was the beginning of a stretch of 31 out of 38 playing within the division. And as we told you last night, Jim Leyland really preached to his team, either directly or by using the media. If the players read the newspapers or listened to their manager's comments following the game on Thursday, he preached the importance of being focused in this series and not looking ahead to the next series, which is against second place Cleveland.
And that's easy to do, and especially when you see where the standings are. But the way the Royals have been playing, Jim Leyland recognized right away this team will swing the bats, and if you go in taking them lightly, you can walk out, losing the series. And the Royals have been pretty good at winning series since the All-Star break, 4 out of 5.
With the patch, Sparky, number 11. Sparky Anderson's number 11 retired by the Tigers, and Sparky died during the offseason. Number also retired by the Cincinnati Reds. Curveball got away from Danny. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sparky Anderson and Tony La Russa, the only 2 managers in Major League history to win a World Series in both leagues. And Jim Leyland was the loser to Tony La Russa in 2006. He was trying to do the same thing after winning a World Series with the Florida Marlins and trying to win it with the Tigers, but beaten by Tony La Russa and the Cardinals. Alex Gordon into the left field corner, and it slices foul. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Think about Jim Leyland, and immediately you might begin to think about the Pittsburgh Pirates, where he first had success as a manager, but actually his roots are in the Tigers system. He came up through the Tigers system as a minor league player and a coach. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Avila walks.
Specialist Daniel Davis. I want to give a shout out to my 2 boys at home, my family. I love you, miss you, can't wait to see you.
So thank you, Daniel. And there's family and friends of the 548th here at Kauffman Stadium, where we have more shade than sunlight. Game time temperature was 92 degrees with high humidity. Pretty comfortable day for most of the day because of the cloud cover, but of course once the sun came out, very hot down on the field. At one point, temperature getting up to 96 degrees in KC.
It just didn't feel like last week.
2 balls and no strikes on Austin Jackson, who was grounded out and struck out against Danny Duffy. And Danny now moving up into the mid-80s with his pitch count. Right center field, long run for Francoeur and for Cabrera. And Jeff Francoeur makes a difficult play with a backhand running onto the track. Francoeur is getting his running in tonight, that's for sure.
He really is, Ryan. That's a long way to go in the right center field, and it's a more difficult play when you got to catch that ball down below the waist. It's just a backhand play as the ball's going down. That's not an easy play to make.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Farmer from 548. I want to say hi to my wife, Carol Farmer. I love you.
How y'all doing? I'm Sergeant Tackle from 548 in Trenton, Missouri. I want to say hello to the Tackle family. Miss y'all and love y'all. Go Royals!
It is 3-0 Detroit so far. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It is Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium. Brennan Bosch walked with 1 out in the first and scored the Tigers' first run and grounded out in the second. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just had a small plane fly over Kauffman Stadium. Not quite as exciting as the T-38s that came blazing over the stadium.
Real quiet
during the national anthem. Right to Escobar. He was guarding to the middle. He goes to second base to force out Avila. And the Tigers are scoreless in the 4th.
To all my family back in Missouri, hi Mom, and to my baby girls, I love you too, and I miss you, and I'll see you soon.
Don't worry about it, Larry. We know the feeling.
Oh, boy. Tell them to come over
We
here.
do it every night, but when they put that camera in your face.
Tell them to come do the open for me.
That's right. Very good job.
This is Mitch Meyer with Kansas City Royals. Just want to thank everyone for all you do, day in, day out for us. Give us, our freedom here in America, and just want to thank you.
And Mitch comes in as a pinch hitter, leading off the bottom of the fourth inning. And we have felt that going back to Tuesday night when Melky Cabrera rolled his left ankle trying to get back to first base on a pickoff, that he really hasn't looked the same. And you noticed, Frank, in his last at bat when he swung and missed and struck out, and then the last inning running on defense, that he still didn't look close to 100%.
I really think the thing that aggravated it was that at bat we noticed in last night's game where he had a funny swing on a ball up and in, and he had the same pitch tonight, and he swung and missed, and that torque that it put on that ankle just really, I believe, kept it inflamed, and he just didn't look good at all chasing the ball. Just take a look at him when he comes off of it. Yeah, just a lot of torque back there.
And then after that swing there, that was a foul ball. And the next swing, remember, he tried to do everything he could, not have to pivot off of that back leg.
Now this is the day when he comes out, the same swing, and you can see right there, it's not feeling too good.
And Myers strikes out on appeal to third base umpire Bruce Dreckman. And that's 4 strikeouts for Verlander.
Specialist Kenneth Louie. I say hi to my wife April and my 2 sons, Josiah and Kate. Hope you have a good time with Kate.
I'm Specialist Walls, and I'd like to say hi to my wife Samantha and her family. I hope you all have a good time with the game. Go Royals. Sorry.
Ball 1 to Billy Butler. Billy struck out in the first inning for just the 3rd time in 37 career at-bats against Verlander. One and one. Royals have 2 base runners so far, and they both came in the first inning. Second inning rather. Eric Hosmer walked with 1 out. Johnny Giavotella singled. Then Hosmer trying to steal third, and Verlander picked it up, spun off the mound. Hosmer out in a rundown. And Verlander and the Tigers got out of that inning, and now Verlander has retired 5 in a row. Into right center field. Jackson running way over into right. Maglio Ordonez said, "You go right ahead and take it." He's had some ankle problems the last 2 years. 2 down.
This is the Adams family and Company Commander Doug Adams. We love you and we appreciate you, and God bless you.
Well, thank you to the Adams family for coming out tonight on Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium. Fouled away by Eric Hosmer.
My name is Specialist Stephen Quick. I'd like to give a shout out to my friends and family back at home. Love you guys, miss you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Stephen. Eric Hosmer was down 1 ball, 2 strikes against Verlander in the second and was able to get a walk. Still 0-2 in this at-bat. That was leading off the inning, and then with one out, the Giavitella single to put runners at first and second with one out, and at that point, Detroit led 2-0. But Hosmer caught stealing, and Brian Pena lined out to short. Still 0-2.
So Verlander starts Hosmer off with a nice little give me over curveball on the outside corner and bring the fastball up and in and force him to hit a little foul ball to the left side. But then he comes back and he misses a spot inside with the fastball. And that's where Eric Hosmer's got to make it pay when he misses a spot.
And the official word now from the Royals that Melky Cabrera did come out after re-aggravating his left ankle injury from the Baltimore series. 2-2 on Eric Hosmer. So playing time for Mitch Meyer, and it comes against Justin Verlander.
Always.
Always seems to work out that way, doesn't it?
Frank, Nolan Ryan's pitching, playing. That's the way it works when you're a backup player. That's how it works.
Well, once again, Hosmer digging himself out of a hole from 0-2 to 3-2. Verlander, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts so far. In the air to left field, and Bosch onto the warning track, and the Royals are down in order in the 4th. Stadium on Armed Forces Day. The Tigers with a 3-0 lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning, and now our chance, Frank, to express our appreciation for the troops, and it certainly is an honor to have you watching us in Kandahar. I was going to say tonight, but it's early morning there, and I have the privilege every year of, during the Royals Caravan, we go to places like Fort Riley and Whiteman Air Force Base and get a chance to meet the men and women, and you have some strong military ties in your family.
Well, my dad was in the Army, Ryan, but when you think about days like today, sometimes you just got to exhale and relax and just think about our freedom as Americans, things that we're able to do, places we're able to go, and that's all because of our soldiers who get up every morning thinking about our freedom as Americans.
Well, we hope you're enjoying the game in Afghanistan, and although we say that this one's for you, this broadcast is for you, making you feel a little bit closer to home. I mean, we certainly need you more than you need us.
Oh, definitely.
Danny Duffy giving up 2 in the 1st inning, 1 in the 3rd. Magli Ordonez walked and scored in the first inning and then struck out in the third. Ordonez, Miguel Cabrera, and Victor Martinez coming up in the fifth inning. And pitch number 93 from Danny Duffy is fouled away. We'll be hooked up in a moment with Private First Class Tim Schuler, who is in Kandahar, Afghanistan, and enjoying the game tonight very early in the morning. Ordonez hits a one-hopper and drives Escobar to the outfield grass, but plenty of time to throw him out. And there's one away. So PFC Schuler, tell us how it feels to be watching the Royals so far away from Kansas City.
It's very different.
How early did you guys get up this morning to get ready to watch this game? And how different is that from your normal routine?
It's not really no different. We've been up since about noon yesterday, so.
How long have you guys been there? You in particular, and give us an example of how long some of you have been away from home and how much it means to you tonight to be able to see some of your family here at Kauffman Stadium.
Well, we've been away from our home for about 3 months now. We've been in Afghanistan for about 2 now.
How about seeing the family here at Kauffman Stadium tonight?
We love it.
2-2 on Miguel Cabrera. We're chatting with Private First Class Tim Schuler, who is in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Give us a sense. I think most of us over here, Tim, we're certainly concerned about you. Normally we just hear the bad news back here, but give us a sense of how you guys feel over there, how safe you feel, and just the conditions of where you are right now.
Well, I mean, it's always a dangerous mission out there whenever we go on the road. We always keep our eyes open. Just watch for the enemies. Watch for IEDs.
I think the delay and the echo is messing with our communication at Kandahar, so we won't keep you on the spot too long. Private First Class Schuler, thanks for being the brave one out of the group. I know some of the guys are giggling at you there, but you were the brave one to put the microphone on tonight, and we certainly appreciate that. 2 balls and no strikes to Victor Martinez.
You're very welcome.
I think I heard somebody in the background say never, as if they would not be the one that would wear the microphone. Not just broadcast back to Kansas City, but broadcast all over the world on the American Forces Network. It's Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Detroit leads 3-0.
Stadium, our This One's For You broadcast, back up with some of the families right now, and we are joined by Becky Thomas, who truly is the member of a military family, and her kids are here, her cousins here, her extended family is here, and it's not just your husband that is over there. Tell us about all of your family members that are over there in this troop.
My husband is over there, my sister-in-law is over there, my cousin, very close cousin, almost like a nephew to me, is over there. His wife is here, Megan. These are my kids here and her kids. My two oldest kids, Annie and JT, are also in the military. They have been in, my son's been in almost 3 years, my daughter's been in almost 2, and we are huge supporters.
And you just brought us a little bit of luck because the Royals have just hit a home run. Ryan, I'll let you take that away.
All right, Joel, we're preparing for a cannon blast. We saw the symbolic cannon blast. There was the real one. So the Royals get their second hit and their first run against Justin Verlander.
Well, that's a big hit by Jeff Francoeur, Ryan. When that blast went off, our whole desk shook way up here, and they're way out in right center field. So that's some kind of blast.
And now strike to Johnny Giavotella.
Let me take a good look at it. Try to throw him a hard slider down and in. It stayed inside, and Francoeur is able to just go down and dig it out. He can go down and hit that low ball. He did a great job right there against Verlander.
Guys, the cannon was the second loudest noise we heard up here. The loudest came from Becky and her family when they saw one of the family members they were just talking about celebrating that home run on the Crown Vision. Tell us about that.
That was probably the best part of the whole day, was getting to see him, because we haven't seen him in a long time, and that was awesome. Thank you.
So you can imagine the response up here, unbelievable. And, you know, to have just your husband over there would be one thing, but to have so much family. You mentioned two of your kids are in the Guard right now, and you were telling me off camera, I mean, this is, it's not easy, but this is a way of life for your family.
It is, and we're very proud of them. They deployed to Iraq 5 years ago together, and I don't think they could do it without each other. And my kids, they will do it together, and this is just what we do. We're very big supporters of the military. I don't know that we know another way of life.
You told me that you are the family support group leader.
Family support group leader for the 548th. We're a little slow getting it started because we extend a long ways. Oklahoma, Tennessee, Iowa, all over Missouri, Kansas. So I'm a little slow getting it going, but they all know that they can call me, and I just kind of help break things up for them.
All right, so that was, we saw your husband's over in a different location right now, but that was your cousin that you said is like a nephew to you.
He lived with me for a while, graduated high school, and yeah, we love him like he's one of our own. And
so he's watching right now, so you have a chance to say hi.
Michael, hi. We love you, and can I pass this down to his wife?
By all means.
Here, Meg.
Honey, I love you, and we miss you, and we can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
All right, well, it's a pleasure to visit with all of you. Thanks to your husband, to your sister-in-law, to your cousin, to your kids, and to all of you for being such a great military family.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, maybe the Thomas family, Becky and her very extended military family, bringing the Royals a little bit of luck here. If Haney goes deep here, we're giving them all the credit.
All right, thanks, Joel, for going up there and adding to the broadcast. And we should point out to you that while on Fox Sports Kansas City, we keep going back to the 548, the crowd here at the ballpark is not seeing what we're seeing, but they're picking up our feed. And when Jeff Francoeur hit the home run, as we watched the 548 celebrate, they put it up on Crown Vision, and that's when the family reacted to seeing Michael up on the big board. Brian Pena out on a ground ball to short, and 2 down in the 5th inning. And there they are, very early in the morning, watching the Royals and the Tigers in Kandahar, Afghanistan, where it will be 108 degrees today.
This is Specialist Adam McClain.
of Trenton, Missouri, starting at third baseman for the Royals, Mike Ristakis. Shout out to my wife Sarah and my daughter Cosette that's there. I love you guys, and I'll come home safe.
All right, thank you, Adam. And members of the 548th going through the Royals lineup tonight for us. And Mike Moustakas batting for the second time, grounded out to second base in the third inning. That last pitch from Verlander coming up and biting the home plate umpire Alan Porter. I think a home plate umpire would rather get into a heated argument with a hometown player and have 20 to 40,000 people boo at them individually than get hit by a pitch. Not a foul ball, but a pitch that gets past the catcher. 1-1 to Moustakas.
It's just like falling, you know. Falling is okay if you expect to fall, but when you don't expect to fall, it hurts a lot. And you expect your catcher to catch a thrown ball, and when he doesn't, and you get hit with it, it's just something unexpected, and that's what really surprises him back there.
1-2 on Moustakas. Jeff Francoeur leading off the inning with a home run to left center field and taking over the team lead with 15 home runs. He and Alex Gordon had been tied, and now Moustakas strikes out. Verlander strikes out 2 in the inning. He has 6, but the Royals are on the board. Jeff Francoeur into left center field. Cannon blast going off, and the 548 cheering along in Afghanistan.
All you military men and women out there for serving our country and protecting us, keeping us free, and letting us live our lives. Really appreciate it.
Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium. We've been hearing from the families of the 548th Transportation Company, Missouri National Guard, based out of Trenton, Missouri, and now Blake Wood is into the game as Danny Duffy goes 5 innings, 105 pitches, and Duffy finishes retiring 8 of the last 9, but paying the price for a 37-pitch first inning. So that's why he's out after 5, and now Blake Wood, with the Tigers sending up Johnny Peralta, Carlos Guillen, and Ryan Rayburn. Detroit with 2 runs in the first inning and 1 in the third. Victor Martinez has driven in 2 of the 3 runs. And a good hard slider in for a strike to Johnny Peralta. 0 for 2 tonight and 0 for his last 9. One and one. rumbling of the drums. That is the Royal Thunder drum line, and performed behind home plate in between innings a couple of innings ago. Now entertaining the fans and the outfield experience. Gives Kauffman Stadium a bit of a college football feel.
That's pretty awesome in here. When it's full in here, and then all the new renovations they've made, I mean, it's just an outstanding stadium. It brings a little bit of everything to the game for all people. You hear a lot of families, a lot of dads who are big baseball fans as we watch Peralta strike out here on a good Blake Wood slider, is that they don't get to see the game very often.
Let's go back to Joel.
Well, Ryan, I've gotten obviously a bunch of messages in from fans. One from Matt in Springfield on Twitter says, thought I'd pass on. My dad has had tears in his eyes watching the coverage. He spent 25 years in the Air Force and loves this. So I know that there are a lot of people that feel that way. And then Sergeant Barry Green, who's at Fort Benning, we've talked about him before, a huge Royals fan, wanted to give a shout out to Bravo Troop 69 Cav, who's currently in Baghdad. That's his old group, and I know that he mentioned that they've had a rough year over there and lost a member recently, and so he wanted to send out his best to that group. And then that's the sobering side of this, guys, is that there are some very tough stories to hear about men and women who have been lost. I know that happened this morning as well over in Afghanistan, and so certainly thoughts and prayers out to all of those, and it's just, again, a great reminder to all of us of the great sacrifice they make.
Well, thank you for that, Joel, and good to see the messages here at the bottom of the screen, and you can text those in at 432-432, keyword Royals. 1-2 from Blake Wood to Carlos Guillen. Didn't get a full swing, and Giavotella has to run up and throws him out, 2 down. .548 Transportation Company in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Watching the Royals and the Detroit Tigers. They've been first pitch. And here, the first pitch at 6:10 p.m., there at 3:30 a.m. And as we were visiting with Private First Class Tim Schuler an inning ago and asking about their normal routine, they said that's not far off of their normal routine to be up this early and getting a chance to watch the Royals. Well, they don't get a chance to watch the Royals as part of their normal routine, but they're normally up about this early in the morning. 0-2 on Ryan Rayburn. Fastball up is fouled away. Our loyal sponsors of Royals Baseball have graciously donated their sponsorship time tonight, giving us the opportunity to see more of the troops in Afghanistan and their families and friends here at Kauffman Stadium. So we thank our sponsors for that. One ball, 2 strikes to Ryan Rayburn. Two and two. Ryan Rayburn's biggest contribution so far tonight was saving a low throw from Justin Verlander in the second inning as the Tigers caught Eric Hosmer trying to steal third.
If he doesn't make that play, it's a whole different inning.
That ball gets by Rayburn, and you're looking at second and third with 1 out. Instead, Tigers got Hosmer in a rundown for the second out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Alex Avila is on deck. Blake Wood in relief of Danny Duffy, who went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, 5 hits, and left after 105 pitches. Giavotella behind the bag, and Blake Wood comes out of the bullpen and gets the Tigers in order in the 6th. Stadium, and specifically tonight we're hooking up with the 548 Transportation Company of the Missouri National Guard. They're in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Their friends and families are here tonight, enjoying some time tailgating in the parking lot before the game and now enjoying the game. Joel Goldberg's been up there a couple of times to visit with the families so they can send messages back and forth, and we thank all of them for bringing out the signs, sending their best wishes along to their loved ones in Kandahar.
Hi, Specialist Jared Reyes from Kingston, Missouri. I want to give a shout out to my mom and my dad. I love you, and I'll be home safe.
Here come the Royals now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Alcides Escobar, Alex Gordon, and Mitch Meyer against Justin Verlander, who has given the Royals 1 run, 2 hits in his 5 innings. And if you add that to what he's already done this year, the Royals have scored 2 earned runs in 20 2/3 innings. Peralta comes up on the slow roller and throws out Escobar, who is grounded out twice. Let's go back to Joel.
All right, we'll see if we can bring the Royals a little bit more luck up here. We are joined right now by Abigail Curtis, whose husband, Specialist Randy Curtis, is over in Kandahar right now. And so they're all over there watching this Royals game at a very extreme early morning hour. What do you think of that?
It's pretty early over there. He had some Red Bull to keep him awake.
Hey, whatever it takes to stay awake, that's not a bad thing. And we are watching your husband right now. I'm not sure if we'll see him back. Well, actually, what we need is Alex Gordon to hit a home run, and then your husband will be up celebrating on the Crown Vision board here. So a home run would be great. But he is watching right now if you want to send a message, and he's sitting up there in the front, listening attentively, I'm sure.
We love you, Randy, and Lee and I can't wait until you're home so you can meet her.
And Abby talking about the birth of their first child coming in December, right?
Yes, December 18th.
And so December 18th, he went over, as I think much of this group did, in, April or May, and then hopefully, and the timing I know is not easy, they're over there working, but the hope is to have him home around that holiday time?
There's a kind of a 2-week window, and he's supposed to be here kind of in the middle of it, so we're hoping he'll be here.
How much I've been asking so many of the wives up here and the family members, how much it helps to have this group together, to have that support system. What does that mean to all of you back here?
It means a lot. Shauna Conley is one of the wives that I knew her before they went over, and we were just good friends, and having her here now helps having him gone because her husband visits Randy every once in a while, so we can do some catching up that way.
You know what? I was amazed. In between innings, they were trying to track down some things. Some of the families, there were actually text messages going on back and forth. It was pointed out to me about 25 cents per text message, so that could add up after a while. But the technology nowadays is amazing that you actually can keep up a little bit.
Yeah, we've been using Skype a lot. He's fortunate enough to have good internet connection, and sometimes if we were to use their phones, which would be about $8 a minute to talk, we can get it for free on Skype, so it's pretty nice.
Well, it's amazing that you're able to do that, and I'll let you say goodbye to your husband. I'm sure you guys will be talking later on at some point by Skype, but here with everybody watching around the world, I'll let you say goodbye and give him some wishes.
Goodbye, Randy. We love you, and we can't wait to see you. Stay strong.
All right, so there you have it, guys, as Abby sending those messages back over to Randy Curtis, specialist Randy Curtis, with their first child coming in December. Guys?
All right, thank you, Joel. Best part of the broadcast tonight, just hearing the families, getting a chance to... There you go, Randy. Connecting with the 548. The 548, the best they can do right now, because the families don't have our audio, is just wave back and stand up and cheer when the Royals score. 8 strikeouts for Justin Verlander, who wants to pitch 4 innings, 4 outs this inning. Saturday evening, temperatures in the low 90s, now dipping into the upper 80s. 3-1 Tigers to the top of the 7th inning. We understand that there are several Spanish-speaking members of the 548th, and of course military listening around the world on the American Forces Network. So here's a message from Royals catcher Brian Peña.
Hola, yo soy Brian Peña y le doy muchas gracias a ustedes por defender este país tan bueno. Muchas gracias.
So we thank you for that, Brian, who is back at the plate for Blake Wood, who's beginning his 2nd inning tonight in relief of Danny Duffy. A scoreless 6th inning for Blake Wood, facing just 3, and now he's ahead of Alex Avila on an abbreviated swing. Tigers with 2 in the 1st inning. Miguel Cabrera and Victor Martinez driving in the runs. In the 3rd, Martinez with his 2nd RBI. 3-0 Tiger lead until Jeff Francoeur led off the bottom of the 5th with a home run against Justin Verlander. Verlander then went on to retire the next 6 with 4 strikeouts. He has 8. Avila tonight is flied to left and walked. One and two.
Yeah, Blake Wood's got a real good slider working for him tonight. His fastball got a lot of sink to it, and he stay down in that area. That's where he wants to be, to get those kind of strikes just underneath the swing of the left-handed hitters, and really just to induce those ground balls down with the slider, also down with the sinker.
And a line drive off of Wood's hip, and Avila will reach.
We take a look at it here. You just hope that it stays down below the belt. If it gets above the belt, it hurts a lot more. But if it's down below the belt, it's not quite as bad. Yeah, look, he might have got above the belt just a little bit. And Blake made a great effort trying to finish this play off, but Avila just did beat the throw.
No way around it. That stings.
Oh, yeah.
And the adrenaline will get the pitcher through a play like that. And Ned Yost out there with trainer Kyle Turner. They're not even going to require Blake Wood to throw a warm-up pitch. Blake says he's fine, so they head back to the dugout. And now it'll be Austin Jackson, who is 0 for 3. Saw Tim Collins warming up in the Royals bullpen. Brennan Bosch, a left-hand batter, will hit after Jackson. Jackson trying to get a bunt down. He failed to get down a bunt in the 10th inning last night after the walk to Wilson Betemeet. Andy Dirks then ran for Betemeet. Jackson didn't get the bunt down. He eventually struck out, but Dirks got to second on a wild pitch, and then Brendan Bosch drove him home.
Well, it looks here like Jim Leland's just trying to add on to the score a little bit, and with Jackson's pinching for striking out, this is a good way to make him valuable in this inning, as they use him to get that runner down there in scoring position.
Jackson has 9 sacrifice bunts this year. Back to the mound, and you can hear Brian Pena yelling 2-2-2, but Blake Wood's throw goes into center field, backed up well by Mitch Meyer. So it's a sacrifice for Jackson, and everybody moves up on the air by Blake Wood.
Yeah, good bunt for Blake Wood to handle. Got it in good fashion right here, but buried it down in the ground, and Alcides Escobar wasn't able to grab it. It was just tough short hop right up the edge of the grass, but Blake Wood did everything right on this play, just threw it a little too short.
So 2 on for Brendan Bosch, 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the first inning. "16 home runs, 24 doubles for Brendan Bosch. Off the plate, another chance for Blake Wood. This time he'll go to first, and the runners move up again. Avila to third, Jackson to second.
It's Cody Smith from Milan, Missouri. I'd like to say hi to my wife, Casey, my daughter, Jasmine, my son, Arian. I love you. I miss you. See you soon.
Thank you, Cody. So second and third, and the Royals down by 2. with Justin Verlander on the mound. The Royals with just 9 more outs to go on offense, so this is where they'd like to hold the Tigers, even though the Royals came back and scored 3 in the 7th inning last night. Ball 1 to Maglio Ordonez. Last night the Royals getting 3 runs against starter Rick Porcello after Porcello started very strong for 6 innings.
Well, to be like third, you don't have a lot of speed over there, so the Royals are looking for a ground ball, and that'll keep him at third base. I doubt if they'll be going on contact with this play.
1-1 to Ordonez, and because of that lack of speed, they don't have to come all the way in. Maglio Ordonez has 30 career home runs against the Royals. That's the most for him against any American League team. And if you remember him with the White Sox against the Royals, that probably wouldn't surprise you.
I had too many visions of him hitting gappers in the right center field against the Royals. I mean, he was deadly at fastballs out over the plate. The way he played right field. Just a very good all-around player. But injuries will take a lot from you in your career.
Off the plate again, back to Blake Wood. And the throw is high. Hosmer bails him out with a good play. A run scores. It is 4-1.
Well, basically, he just didn't set his feet right here. He just kept his feet together. Hosmer's athletic ability around the bag really saved him on that throw, but Blake Wood just took it and just threw it over that way. Didn't step and throw like he's taught, and almost threw that ball away.
So the strategy for the Tigers in this inning, hit it to Blake Wood. Or in the case of Alex Avila, hit it off of Blake Wood. That's how he reached. Then the sacrifice bunt in the air by Blake Wood, and now back-to-back ground balls back to the mound. It's 0-1 to Miguel Cabrera. He has 2 doubles tonight and an RBI and a run scored. Just changed the scoring on Jackson's bunt. We're going to call it a sacrifice and a fielder's choice, so no error on Blake Wood. The throw went into center field, so there was no further advance. However, if the throw had gone to first base and Jackson reached because it got away from Hosmer and there was no further advance, then it would have been an error. So I don't know why you can't assume. You can assume that a pitcher can throw the ball to first base, but you can't assume that the pitcher can throw the ball to second base.
That's on the double play.
I mean, if that throw is on line, it's an out, right?
It's an out. And it's kind of like you can't, they say you can't assume a double play, so it kind of works the same way. And I just feel like you've got a great chance to get a runner and you make a bad throw, then that runner should be an error, I feel.
And Cabrera into left center field. Mitch Meyer is there. The inning is over. The Tigers add a run. It is 4-1 at the end of 6.5 innings. So it's stretch time. So it's time for God Bless America before the 7th inning stretch. Let's go down to the field. Here's United States Navy retired Generald Wilson.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the nights with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Armed Forces Day at Kauffman Stadium and our This One's For You broadcast as we're hooking up with the 548. And to add to the experience for the men and women in Afghanistan and around the world, here's Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
This is First Sergeant Mark Richardson with 548 Transportation Company stationed in Afghanistan. I want to take this opportunity to thank Fox Sports Kansas City, the Royals, and all the friends and family of the 548 for their support during our deployment. I want to say hi to my friends and family back in Missouri. Amber, I know you're at the game, and I want to say thank you for helping organize this great event. I love you and I miss you. I would also like to pass on a message from the dedicated soldiers of the 548 Transportation Company to our wonderful friends and family. We miss you all and hope you have a wonderful evening enjoying Kauffman Stadium and Royals baseball. At the game, I want to say thank you for helping organize this great event.
Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium, back up in the family section here, and just had a big surprise for Amber Burns as right up on the Crown Vision as she was being interviewed here. Got a message from over in Afghanistan from your boyfriend, First Sergeant Mark Richardson. Still emotional, obviously. How big of a surprise was this for you?
It's huge. I haven't seen him in a long time, and it was just great to see his face.
So I think we forget about that, is that you guys can send those messages back and forth, but to be able to see the face, by the way, on one of the biggest boards in the whole world there for everybody to see, and he has that. But did you have any inkling whatsoever?
No, that's so not Mark. So it was a huge, huge surprise, and thank you all for letting us do this.
Well, so you get the message from Mark, and we really should point out, too, and as we let you collect your emotions a little bit, that you're really the one that's organized all this. And I know there are a lot of people involved, but the T-shirts, the tickets, just everybody getting here and getting the word out, you've really been the one rallying all these people. How gratifying is it, and how important is it?
It's an awesome experience for all the family members to be able to be here. We're spread all over the state of Missouri, and this is the first chance we've had to meet together and share the experiences we've had with our soldiers deployed.
And to see the reactions, I think you got the biggest one of the night because you had the surprise message, but for a lot of these folks to be able to communicate back and forth tonight, to be able to use this Royals game to do that, how special has that been to see that throughout the night?
It's amazing. There's no words to describe how great tonight has been for all the family members and friends that have been able to be here and share in this event.
So I have to ask you then, you're being interviewed here up on the Crown Vision board by Tim Scott, and just kind of innocently going along here, thanking you for all that you did with the coordination, and then he said there's a special message. At that point, did it dawn on you that something might be going on here as we see, and Eric Hosmer hit, see more luck for the Royals when we're visiting with the families? At what point did you realize, wait a minute, something's going on here?
When Mark's face came up on the screen, I just started crying. I haven't seen him in a long time. We try to Skype, and usually it cuts out, and it was so special.
We're glad that you were able to do that. I mean, it's been interesting, too, because people have said they Skype. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, being over there in Afghanistan. But it was great to see you, be able to see him, and we're glad to have been able to be here to share that with you.
Thank you for allowing the 548 family and friends to be able to have this night with our soldiers. We appreciate it.
Amber, thanks for all the hard work in putting this together and making it so memorable for everyone.
Thank you.
All right, that is Amber Burns, and trust me, Ryan, she was the most shocked person here in the stadium, but what a special moment for everybody to be a part of that. And I think she's still trying to get her emotions together, and understandably so. A great message from Mark Richardson over in Afghanistan. Ryan?
All right, thank you, Joel, and thank you for being up there with the families and giving us the opportunity to get to know the families, and more importantly, allowing the fellas back in Kandahar to get a chance to see the wives and girlfriends and children and parents. Little inside out swing for Jeff Francoeur, and he drops it into right field. Hosmer will go first to third. Francoeur sliding into second, and now the throw gets away. Hosmer will score. Francoeur was trying to get to third, but he fell down. It is a 4-2 game.
Jeff did a good job fighting this pitch off, sliced it right over Miguel Cabrera's head at first base, and he's hustling all the way. Hosmer's hustling all the way. He's held up at third, but Ravens throw. Just went over the head. Man, look at that throw. He just tried to throw all the way. Peralta had no chance of catching that ball. And normally your left fielder would come in and try to back that up, but it had no backup on that throw at all. Just missed everybody. And Eric Hosmer was able to score on that overthrow.
So no RBI. It's a double with Hosmer going to third and scoring on an air 9. Johnny Giavotella had no trouble with Justin Verlander in his first at-bat against him with a solid base hit to center field, and then Verlander struck him out in the 5th. Verlander has 8 strikeouts. That's hit to center field. Jackson coming up. Man, does he cover ground or what? And he has to in his home ballpark, Comerica Park, with one of the deepest center fields, second only to Houston. And so this probably feels much easier for him here compared to Detroit. He has gone back and taken a home run away, and then comes up and takes a bloop single away.
Oh, what a good first step. He closed on that blooper, quickly. That looked like a base hit all the way.
And now Brian Pena, who is lined out to short and grounded out to short. Oh, 0-1. Good time for Brian to bust out of an 0 for 12. Justin Verlander's next pitch will be number 100. One and one. Justin Verlander in 2006 threw his first major league shutout here at Kauffman Stadium, and he was still throwing 99 miles an hour in the 9th inning. And in his last start on Sunday, beating the Angels, giving up 1 hit in 8 innings, his last pitch was 101 miles an hour in the 8th inning. So he's not one of these guys that's out there throwing flames and then flaming out.
That's what everybody likes about him, is that he finishes games and he gets stronger as he goes, and high pitch counts are nothing new in his ball games.
2 balls and 2 strikes. In addition to all of his impressive numbers, Verlander averages 7 1/3 innings per start. So that's 1 out in the 8th inning every time he takes the mound. He has gone less than 7 innings once in his last 13 starts.
Wow.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
It doesn't get any more consistent than that.
Most innings pitched in the league. The most strikeouts, and he has 8 more tonight, 186, and the lowest opponent's batting average. 15 wins, 5 losses, and the league's 3rd best ERA. And Pena, deep center field, long run for Jackson. He won't get this one. It's a 1-run game as Pena goes into second with an RBI double.
Brian gets the fastball out over the plate down and got good follow through with his swing, got good extension on it, and Jackson got off to a great jump, but this ball went over his head pretty easily in center field, and Francoeur scores on Brian Pena's double. You see Jackson right here, just off the end of his glove right there.
So Pena does end the 0 for 12. They're going to go to work now in the Tiger bullpen as pitching coach Jeff Jones goes out to the hill. Al Albuquerque in his first year with the Tigers, just starting to play catch. So a tying run at second base with 2 outs, and Mike Moustakas, who is grounded out to second and struck out against Verlander. Ball 1.
Yeah, good time for Mike to break out.
Very similar to last night's game. The Royals had no runs, 4 hits in the first 6 innings, and scored 3 in the 7th. Tonight, 1 run, 2 hits in the first 6 innings, and they've scored 2 in the 7th. And now Moustakas is ahead 2-0.
And 2-0 right here. You're not trying to let the ball get deep. You want to make sure you get out front on something that you can handle. And Mike, being mainly a pull hitter, look for some middle, down. And this is when you're trying to do more than just hit a single.
Almost hit him, 3-0. Verlander has walked 1, and that was way back in the 2nd inning. And it's a walk on 4 pitches. So now what does Jim Leyland do? Four of the last 5 have reached against Verlander, 2 of those with extra base hits. He is at 108 pitches.
I think with a veteran like Verlander and a veteran manager like Jim Leyland, you say, hey, this is your game, big guy. So if you're going to get these runs up, you got to give them up yourself. I'm going to give you a chance to get out of this.
Escobar is grounded out to short twice, and he missed outside with a breaking ball. And no knock on Al Albuquerque, who's just getting his career started, but Justin Verlander's less than 100% is probably still better than just about anybody in the bullpen.
He's pretty good.
Back with the breaking ball, and that's outside, so he's missed with 6 in a row. Pitch in on his hands. Escobar pops it up, and the inning is over. So a disappointing end to the inning, but the Royals get 2 to make it a 1-run game. .548 are in Shindan, Afghanistan, and here are some of the pictures of them watching the game tonight. Not able to hook up with them by way of satellite, but thanks to modern technology, able to get some of these pictures actually by way of a cell phone. Some of the photographs of the members in Shindan watching the Royals and the Tigers. And members of their families, as well as their friends here tonight, stationed in Trenton, Missouri, so making the drive south to Kauffman Stadium, seeing an entertaining game with the Royals down by 1 and out of the 8th inning. It'll be Tim Collins, Victor Martinez, Johnny Peralta, and Carlos Guillen. Martinez has driven in 2 of the 4 runs with a single in the first inning and a single in the third. He is 2 out of 3. Danny Duffy gave up 3 runs in 5 innings, and Blake Wood gave up 1 run in 2 innings. And we'll pause for a moment as somebody has decided to run onto the field.
How we doing, KC? This is PFC Stephen Farr. I'm from Sturtsville, Missouri. I'd just like to give a shout out to my family that's there tonight. Christy Candler, my mother, my sisters, everyone, thanks for coming. Just looking for a comeback. Woohoo! Go Royals!
We apologize for the delay. Security closes in on the character running on the field. And finally surrenders to police, which was the right thing to do. Another reason to put tasering on the ballot during the next elections.
1 time or 2 times?
No, I vote for the minimum double taser, just in case the first one doesn't work. Victor Martinez lines it to center field, so he has a 3-hit game after going 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts last night. Our loyal sponsors of Royals baseball have graciously donated their sponsorship time tonight, giving us the opportunity to see more of the troops in Afghanistan and their families and friends here at Kauffman Stadium. So we thank our sponsors for that.
Say thank you. He wants you to say thank you to the sponsors, apparently.
And the 548 thanks the sponsors. Johnny Peralta, who had been 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight and 0 for his last 10, doubles. And the Tigers right away have runners at second and third and nobody out in the 8th inning.
High fastball. Peralta was able to get around on it, get it down in the left field corner. Alex did a good job keeping his ball from getting by him. Got that foot in there and made a nice play to get the ball back to the infield.
And now the switch hitter Carlos Guillen will move over to the right side. Royals have the infield in halfway. And Collins throws strike 1. So Peralta was 0 for 10 before his base hit, and now Guillen is 0 for his last 14. Way out in front, 0-2.
A real good changeup by Collins right there.
Broken bat, and Giavotella runs it down. Nice running, leaping play. Second and third, 1 out.
And that's really not an easy play. You plan in to get the runner at the plate, and Collins leads the ball up. Gian hits it over. That automatically puts it over the infield, and Giavotella got those quick feet moving and made a nice play. Nice catch over his head.
And now to be Greg Holland coming on with runners at second and third and 1 down. Will try and use that for encouragement as Greg Holland comes on in a bit of a mess. The Royals down by 1 and running out of time. Tigers have runners at second and third with 1 out. With nobody out, Tim Collins was able to get Carlos Guillen to pop up to second base. So the Royals bring in Greg Holland, who was able to get a ground ball and a double play in the 10th inning last night. And the Tigers will bring in Andy Dirks. So they'll counter with a left-hand bat. Andy Dirks, the pride of Burton, Kansas, and Haven High School. Drafted by the Tigers out of Wichita State. Holland misses high, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, the Royals have some advantage here with the lack of speed at third base. They're allowed to play a little bit deeper than they normally would play with the infield in. But so with Martinez at third base and lack of speed, it gives them a chance to make a play at home plate if they have to.
Giovitella Fields comes to the plate. Martinez is out and may have rolled his ankle or twisted his knee before he got to the plate. So that play hurts in many ways for the Tigers. 2 down. Peralta goes to third.
Well, that's somewhat of a risky play when you don't have speed at third base. You kind of want him to let that ball go through the infield, but he read it and thought it was a play he could make it on. And he was out by quite a bit. Giovitelli does a good job. Teller does a good job getting the ball and getting it into Brian Pena, who had home plate covered. You can see right there that move to the left and back to the right. He did something to either ankle or knee. And you see what Giovitelli gets the ball in. Left foot goes to the inside and he tries to go back out and just wasn't there for him.
So Holland 1 out away from getting the Royals out of this. Martinez had singled, then Peralta doubled. The runners at second and third with nobody out, but now first and third, 2 outs. Avila singled off of Blake Wood's hip in the 7th inning and came around to score. He is 1 for 2. He also has a walk.
Just because of Martinez's speed at third base, it allowed Giovitello to play a little deeper at second base. He was able to cut that ball off. Infield all the way in on the grass, it might be a different play.
Deep short, Escobar. Long throw, 1 hop, what a play! So the Royals will try to use that for inspiration as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And with that, Alcides Escobar made this play to end the top of the 8th inning with some help from Eric Hosmer.
Unbelievable play on both ends. He goes deep in the shortstop hole. He does a Derek Jeter jump. And look at that smoothness on the other end of that play. I mean, you can't teach that. Everybody appreciates a great play.
You know, looking at the first replay that we just showed you, you could see the look on Doug Sisson's face. He was in the Royals dugout. He's been watching Escobar and Hosmer make plays all year, but that one went to another level. And Doug Sisson had a look on his face like, oh my goodness, did I just see what I saw?
Defense is the name of the game, and Eric Hosmer, he just has that imprinted on his back. Big D for defense, because he can definitely play that position very, very well. I mean, just look at the agility right there on that play, and got a nice throw off. Outstanding play.
See if you can see Doug Sisson in the dugout. Oh my goodness. Alex Gordon launches it to left field, didn't quite get it. And it's hauled in by Brendan Bosch for the first out. Second time that Alex has hit it hard and deep to the outfield. He lost a home run in the first inning. So Joaquin Benoit trying to hand it off to Jose Valverde. Benoit's 46th appearance. Justin Verlander went 7, gave up 3 runs, 5 hits with 8 strikeouts. Ball 1 to Mitch Meyer. Melky Cabrera had to leave the game after 3 innings as he re-aggravated a twisted ankle from Tuesday night, and Meyer batted twice against Verlander, 0 for 2. And 2 strikeouts, so he's happy to see Benoit. And that's fouled into the seats off the left field line, 1-1. Over 25,000 here tonight for game 2. 28,000 plus here last night. And that was a 4-3 game decided in 10 innings. Second straight night, the Royals have rallied in the 7th. Last night, able to tie it in the 7th inning. It's 1-2 to Mitch Meyer. Still 1-2. The Texas Rangers waited on Joaquin Benoit forever, thinking that he would be a top-notch starting pitcher. Had a lot of arm trouble, specifically with his shoulder. And then the 6 to move him in the bullpen, and that really resurrected his career. His best season was last year. 63 games pitching for Tampa Bay, his first year out of the Rangers organization, and he had a 1.34 ERA. That was enough for the Tigers to sign him to a 3-year contract. Three balls, 2 strikes. In Kandahar, Afghanistan, it's 6:22 in the morning. It is 8:52 at night here in Kansas City, and they've been with us since 3:30 in the morning their time. Oh, that poor guy. Is he going to hear about that from the rest of the guys? Oh, man. Tying run is on with 1 out. And now we're getting into the middle of the Royals order. Billy Butler, a .389 career hitter against Verlander when the game started, went 0 for 3. And now gets Benoit, grounds it up the middle. Peralta, hard slide by Meyer, but Guillen gets the throw off. And it's a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Ninth inning, Greg Holland trying to hold the Tigers right here as the Royals will have to face Jose Valverde in the bottom of the ninth inning. Austin Jackson at the plate, 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. And we've seen two of the best plays all year in this game. And Austin Jackson in the bottom of the first taking a home run away from Alex Gordon. And Alcides Escobar in the top of the eighth inning making a great play, which is saying a lot for him and his high standards. Great play on a ground ball from Alex Avila. Austin Jackson, Brennan Bosch, and Maglio Ordonez in the ninth inning. One and two.
I think this defense, Ryan, this infield defense the Royals have, I think this defense is going to get better as they go. I mean, they're really starting to learn how to play together. You see Escobar from day one has been making those type plays, but even with more confidence since Hosmer's come to the big leagues.
Meyer is back in center field, makes the play on Jackson, one down in the ninth. Tigers with two in the first inning, one in the third. They had a 3-0 lead until Jeff Francoeur homered in the fifth inning against Justin Verlander. Tigers added a run in the seventh for a 4-1 lead, and the Royals got two in the bottom of the seventh. Brian Pena doubling in a run, another run scoring on an error. Outside to Brennan Bosch. He walked and scored in the first, otherwise 0 for 3. Two and 0. Three balls and no strikes. If the Tigers are doing some scoreboard watching, Cleveland and Texas, no score. They're in the bottom of the fifth inning. in Arlington. Tigers with a 4-game lead over Cleveland, a 6.5-game lead over Chicago. Bosch walks on 4 pitches and a runner at first with 1 out. And now Don Kelly is going to bat for Maglio Ordonez. So we'll see what Jim Leyland does with Don Kelly. Runner at first with 1 out. Kelly could be a good hit and run candidate. Bob McClure going out to talk to Greg Holland before pitching to Kelly, and maybe the Royals are thinking along those lines as Holland throws over to first. Bosch only has 5 stolen bases, so you wouldn't think of him as a stolen base threat.
Yeah, Spencer's been caught three times, and you're right. They just got to have the right pitcher on the mound. But Jim Leyland, it doesn't do a lot of things to manufacture run. He kind of waits on his hitters to do their thing.
Kelly went too far, 0-1. And a soft liner is going to drop in center field in front of Meyer. So Bosch stops at second, and there are 2 on with 1 out. And that brings up Miguel Cabrera, and that's the only man that Greg Holland faced last night after the Tigers had taken the lead 4-3 against Aaron Crow. Greg Holland came on, and he got Cabrera to ground into a double play. It was the 19th time that Cabrera has grounded into a double play. That's the 3rd most in the league.
Well, Holland likes to throw that split finger. He doesn't want to give in with the fastball.
Chance for another one. Out at second, and another double play. So it's a 1-run game to the bottom of the 9th inning. Royals against Jose Valverde. Baseball here in Fox Sports Kansas City. They graciously donated their sponsorship time tonight, and that gave us the opportunity to see more of the 548th Transportation Company in Kandahar, Afghanistan, and as well as giving us time to visit with their friends and families. Joel Goldberg up there with them all night. So we thank our sponsors for that, and we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. And it's Mr. Showtime on the mound, Jose Valverde. Saved his 31st last night. Facing 3, retiring 3. A couple of lineouts mixed in. So he is 31 out of 31. The Tigers' record, by the way, for most consecutive saves to begin a season. Willie Hernandez had 32 in a row back in 1984. That was the year the Tigers were in first place from day one and ended up winning the World Series against the San Diego Padres. So Valverde one save away from tying the team record. The Royals have other plans with Eric Hosmer, Jeff Francoeur, and Johnny Giavotella coming up. And it's ball 1 to Hosmer. 1 for 3, singled with 1 out in the 7th inning and scored. The Royals came up with 2 in that inning.
Man, we talked about Valverde, the way his entrance into the game, and I went down and talked to him today. I said, have you always done that? He says, yeah. He's as far back as he can remember, coming out of the bullpen, spit left, spit right, spit forward, and he runs in with his hat off. He said he's been doing that for a long time.
Ball to strike to Hosmer.
Now this is him right here, to the right, straight ahead, hat off. There we go. He says he can't remember how long he's been doing it for so long. He can't remember when it started.
Big swing, man. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Valverde has given up 4 home runs in 48 in the 3rd innings. So a low number, but he has been taken deep this year, and the Royals have Hosmer 10 home runs, Francoeur 15 home runs, and he's already homered tonight, and Giavotella. Got him with a pitch down and away.
Oh, that's a very good split finger by Valverde right there. I mean, you don't get to see it very often. He stays with his fastball a lot, but you watch this pitch go down and away.
Jeff Francoeur, 2 hits, both extra base hits. He hit his team leading 15th home run in the 5th inning. He is 2 out of 9 against Valverde. 0-1.
And we saw this home run as Joe was talking to Becky Thomas, who's wife for Sergeant Thomas, and he hits the ball into the left center field bleachers. Wow. What a shot.
No balls and 2 strikes. Valverde might have a little bit of Joaquim Soria in him, that at times the radar gun isn't the best indication of how the ball is jumping on the hitter. And he's only 92, 93. That last pitch was 94.
Well, he has the ball and he's got a short arm swing. He doesn't have a real long arm swing and just comes right up behind the ear. And the ball jumps on you a lot faster.
10 strikeouts for Tiger pitching tonight. Verlander had 8 in 7 innings, and now Valverde has 2. And it brings up Johnny Giavotella. 1 out of 3, singled in the 2nd inning in his first at-bat against Verlander, and then almost looped a single with an RBI in the 7th, but Austin Jackson, who's been running all over the place tonight, making plays, caught up to that one for an out. You know, sometimes you're better off having a guy like Giavotella at the plate. He's never seen Valverde. He doesn't, other than a scouting report, he probably doesn't know much about his reputation, as opposed to going to the plate. You know he throws hard. You know he's got a splitter. Your mind's racing. Giavotella's just beginning the part of his career where you're watching video and reading scouting reports. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, you got a pitcher on the mound with a short arm swing, and you got a hitter at the plate, and Giovatello with a short stroke with his bat. So, but the thing about plate discipline, the ball around the plate, he has an idea of what he wants to do with it. But you can almost put this in Valverde in spring training, going to pitch a B game, and you can't fool anybody. All these young guys going up there swinging the bat.
Pretty good swing there. Down 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know, we've been telling you that Giovatello is just 5'8", and he has quick hands. He has power for his size. I tell you what, you shake his hand, he has hands the size of someone who's 6'8", and he's got forearms that are bigger than some of his teammates' legs.
And they don't come any more confident either. He's very confident at the plate.
Johnny Sr. and Grandma hoping for more Johnny Giovatello magic tonight. Lays off a close pitch, 97, so Valverde reaching back for a little extra. 2-2. Shallow center. Peralta backs out to the grass, and the Detroit Tigers have won the first 2 games of the series, both by the final score of 4-3. Jose Valverde ties a team record as he saves 32 in a row for Jim Leyland. Justin Verlander wins his 16th. 4-3 Detroit. We'll be right back.